Shalom, call I'm La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Akadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to Yakim in the faith, doing the work in truth and sincerity. Yahweh being the name of the true Heavenly Father, who the world certainly calls God. Yahushai being who the world certainly calls Jesus Christ, meaning he exists. Yahweh, Salakia, Yahweh, he exists. Yahushai, he delivers, he saves. In the Paleo ancient tongue, in the pure tongue Hebrew. Khan. And I want to get into this, man. The title of this lesson is going to be another prophetic card, And why I say that is because, it's to back up my other lesson, a prophetic card. We got the big three, and we got prophecies within prophecies. So I just want to touch on another important one, that even Yasharallah, some people that claim they in Yasharallah hates, Some people claim it ain't true, this, down, the third. But it's right in our face, man. So many small and big examples, And Lord willing, I can get some Greek definitions and get into this thing. So, we're going to open up the book of Revelation, chapter 13. And it reads, and Lord says it's edifying and straight to the point. I pray that it is. Revelation chapter 13, verse... Let me just get straight to the point, honestly. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So you have all kinds of people. You got what? You got giants. You got people that don't have a name. When I say this, I mean like what? For example, you got Jake in the world. They say my name ring bells. So someone that name ring bells is, someone that's of high status, someone that pulls the strings off, right? Both small and great. So, you got the peasants, the people of society that don't have much control, that just got to go with the system. You got the great, you got rich, you got poor. That's right, man. You got high class, you got low class, you got middle class, you got dirt poor, free and bond. You got people that are imprisoned. You got people that are on papers. You got people that are, so-called free, out here living their life, right? So that means you have all manner of people. Anyone that ain't over the covering and the protection of the Lord, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That's right. So you're going to get, something somewhere in your body, once this beast, system is rolled out. A lot of people like to get smart. What if it's in my left hand? Well, if you get it anywhere, bucko, you smart ass, you're condemned, because in Sweden, because they have different, what would I say? You could say different metric systems, which is measuring system. Or you could say, I'm not really sure what terminology would be, but like, for example, if they drive on the left side of the road, it kind of makes sense for them to get, their thing in the left hand. That's what they've been doing, and here in Babylon the Great and other countries, we drive on the right side of the road. Same thing, with the wheel of your car. It may be on the left side of the car. Some other countries, they have their car wheel on the right side of the car. So that's just, if you want to be a smart ass, you think you could beat the Lord and prophecy and just get in your left hand, right? Then you go ahead, man. You go ahead and be a slaughtering dummy. But yeah, when you go into that word mark, it goes into the Greek word charagma, which is that piercing, that's that piercing. And when you go into the word karax, that's the instrument of piercing, and which is that like rice grain, which is that needle, which is that incision. And graphol, you can literally hear it in the word, goes into the graph, the data, the information stored, which they're going to sell on to people, which is going to be the convenient financial storation, so you don't have to worry about being robbed, so you can have easier transactions, the medical storation of your identity, of all your insurance cards, so you don't have to worry about medical fraud or anything stolen or lost, right? They're gonna say all types of stuff, man. You're gonna have all your biometrics on there, as far as your fingerprints, your eye data, all that. Everyone's gonna be a pawn of the system, because Esau Edom, and my what could I call this? My subtitle for this lesson was MOTB prophecy will snare up many souls. And that's what this is coming to do, man. It's going to be a snare trap. Because what a snare is a stumbling block. It's a trap. Because a lot of people are going to see this as convenience. And they're going to see it as something that's not bad. Because the same way when the snake juice first came out during the C1, the other number, when that first came out, a lot of people claimed they were tough. A lot of people claimed they weren't going to do this, that, and the third, because how are these people discovering a vaccine so quickly, right? But push came to shove when they started giving rewards and incentives, and then they started giving out consequences as far as losing your job. A lot of people bucking up, and I'm talking about my grandmother, my mom. These people were so-called tough-ass Levites. They're not going to believe in the white man's system. They're going to drink their teas, this, that, and the third. You go to college, you come back from break, they asking you, have you been shot yet? Why haven't you taken your juice yet? It's crazy, man. That no man might buy or sell, save that he have the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. That's right, man. So if you don't have what Esau Edom is out here giving during this time, you can't live on the grid, because that's the whole thing about being on the grid, is circulating the dollar, being part of society. Like, if you go to court and they deem you as unfit to be in society because you're not productive, or you're pretty much a space eater, you're going to get the worst end of the judge, compared to if you're someone that has a business and you're in school, or you've done a couple things. The judge is going to be more lenient with you to give you, to get you released out of your situation, to make it easier. Bakan. I want to move to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, very quickly, through the Spirit. And it reads, verse 4, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the cities, through the midst of Yasharim. Not the city Jerusalem today, but the people. It's a people before it's a place, So, they're going to go. So this angel is going to go within the elects, the Lord of hosts. It's going to go in the midst of the elect. Not just any kind of Israelite, not any nigga, but, the servants of the Lord, who the Lord is dealing with. Because the Lord is going to send out this angel. So it's going to be on a specific mission. It says, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark, that's not the same thing as a charagma. When you go into this mark, this is a tawa. And when you go into the tawa, the definition is a mark of exemption. So it's pretty much when you were a smart kid in class, right? You had all good grades last year or for the last couple of months, and then they have that big exam come up, and you just, you done so many good things, you don't even have to worry about taking that test. You just automatically get promoted. And set a mark upon the men that sign, that cry for all the abominations that are done in the midst thereof. That's right, that's what the elect are doing. The elect are out here prophesying. The elect are out here mourning. And the elect are out here making their bodies a living sacrifice, which goes into sighing and that cry for all the abomination in the midst thereof. That's what we pissed about, man. We're not happy that the way the world is going, it's with colorful people doing what they want. People thinking they have free will. People thinking that they are the Lord. People thinking that Satan reigns over this world, I want to get a quick one in the book of Joel, chapter 2. To back up that crying and that crying and sighing. That's what we ought to be doing. Joel 2 and 12, I believe. Bear with me. And I found it. Therefore also now saith the Lord Yahweh, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning. That's right. So meditate and focus on the Lord, man. Get in that humility mind state. Be in that lowly mind state, because the greats of the Bible, King David, all of our former good kings, they came very humble. For you to be a king in Israel, you had to be one of the most humble people in the vicinity, one of the most humble people in the whatever the area or the setting may have been. King David wasn't no proud, arrogant son of a gun. He took heed and he slowly came up, and the Lord dealt with him very great. A man after the Lord's heart. How great is that? Continuing on, the book of Revelation chapter 3, verse 10, I believe. Yep, and it reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, What's the word of his patience? His law, statutes, commandments, prophesying, making Bibles, doing sacrifice, going on the highways and byways, in season, out of season, doing the sit downs, you know, being brotherly, being charitable. I will keep thee from the hour of temptation. What is the hour of temptation? The hour of temptation is not just going to be one good 60 minutes. The hour of temptation is going to be the time, when the MOTB is released and people are going to be tempted whether to take it or not, because you're going to have people that know this prophecy and still take it. You're going to have people that are in the truth, so-called, and still take this thing, because you're going to have a little demon in your ear telling you why you should take it. The same way when you go off, it's a little demon in your ear to motivate you. Well, you better pray to the Lord, don't have that demon come near you, man. And that's why we do what we do, because we don't need no demons coming up on us in the last days to try us, man. We want the Lord to keep us. And that's why we're going to prophesy to the end, Lord willing. Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. That's right, man. So all four corners of the earth is going to bow down to this thing, man. Sweden, they not even bowing. They begging for it, so they already ahead of the curve. But this thing is going to come to pass, man. It's going to happen in the land of Moab, the land of Ammon, the land of Magog, the land of the bottomless pit, Europe, Babylon the Great, of course. That's the main, Upper Babylon, South Babylon, Issachar land, South America, Ham land, the Middle East, you name it. Seriously, New Zealand, Indonesia, you name it, man. God, continuing on, book of Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. This is the condemnation for those people that, fall for that temptation, because they're going to have to feed their children and their grandmother is starving and they can't do that. That's not right. God wouldn't allow that. So God was going to forgive them just for taking all type of itching ear prophecies, all type of things that the Lord didn't say. People going to be lying themselves to, to make to make their situation seem smoother, because they know their end's going to be destruction, man. Because every grandmother knows about this prophecy, man. And even people in the world knows about this prophecy, man. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, receive a mark or charagma in his forehead or in his hand. Verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, meaning righteous anger. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, which is those icy damn nuclear missiles. The Lord could have your soul remain in your body for as long as he wants for you to suffer torture, man. And everybody know torture is worse than, instant death. In the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, meaning Yahweh Shai, because when these things are going down, everything's going to be happening simultaneously. You're going to have the destruction of America. You're going to have the Lord fighting against these different nations, and he's going to beat them. And you have the deliverance of his people. And their smoke of their torment ascended up forever and forever, and there have no rest, nor day, nor night, who worship the beast in his image, whosoever receive a mark of his name. That's right, man. Bodies are going to burn in Babylon, not forever, but for a great long period of time, man. You're going to see, smoke. This thing going to be burning. It's like when you done cooking, even though you take the meats off the grill, you still got the little niblets that fell in the grill, the little charcoal, so it's still burning. You still got residue on the grill lining, on the metal mark, so it's still burning. Babylon the Great. Or you could think about it like this. You set some food on the grill and you fell asleep. And you woke up and that bitch still burning, bruh. Still burning. Oh, God, think about it like that, We're going to leave this place. It's going to be food on Babylon's territory. We're going to go home in Yasher Allah. And we're going to forget about the food that we left on the altar in Babylon. And we're going to be licking. It's going to be still burning. We're going to be like, shit. That food is that food is gone, But I think I have one last scripture and we could end it off. Salakia for, a long lesson. I try to make my lesson under pretty quick. Revelation chapter 20, verse 4, and I saw thrones they sat upon. Salakia, bear with me. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. That's right, man. You know, when you see an Israelite, man, they in a down state, man, you let them know, man, one day we're going to be upon thrones. We're going to be judging the nations, man. You're going to be a king. You're going to be a daughter of Zion. You know, we're not going to be in this estate. This is a temporary time. But more so, those who sit on the thrones are going to be the 144,000, the ruling class, you know. But Yahshua is going to be godly, man. We're going to no longer be the tail. We're going to be the head, man. All of our brothers and sisters, from the least to the greatest, is going to be, you know, upright. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. You know what that is called? That's called a martyr. You know, one who dies and stands for the Lord and His word, everything that the Lord is about. And you're gonna have people that are delivered up to the synagogues, to the judges, to the people that are, to the giants of society. You know, like Matthew chapter 24 says, or 42. I believe it's Matthew chapter 24, verse 42. I'm gonna get that verse just because I called it. So bear with me. Which had not worshipped the beast. I'm going to read that again. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they live and they reign with Hamashiach Yahweh Shai for thousands of years. So that. What does that sound like? That sounds like a hell of a reward, man. You know, because the Lord constantly shows you that time and time again, like with the story of Abraham, Isaac. Abraham was willing to sacrifice Isaac, you know, undoubtedly for the Lord, you know. And guess what? When the Lord seen that character trait in Abraham, the Lord blessed him. And the Lord blessed Isaac, man. And guess what? The fact that the Lord sees that we're willing to sacrifice ourselves, our bodies, you know, these corruptible bodies, you know, for Him, you're going to be blessed, man. You know, so it's just a test, man. And, you know, the Lord has given us the blueprint. So there's no reason for us to pass this test, you know. Unless the Lord ain't dealing with you, you know. So Lord willing, you know, the Lord dealing with us and we pass this test. Let me get what I called for in Matthew. Bear with me. Synagogue. Lord willing, I can spell this correctly. Yep. Got it. Matthew chapter 10, verse... City. Bear with me. There we go. Mark chapter 13, verse 9. But take heed to yourselves. This is in red letters, Yahweh Shai speaking. For they that shall deliver you up to the councils and the synagogue shall be beaten, and shall be brought before rulers and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them. So the Lord's people is going to be brought up to, you know, guillotines and high floors, you know, for people to see and for people to fear and for people not to praise the Lord. It says, and in the synagogues ye shall be beaten, and ye shall be brought up before rulers and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them. So, guess what? You're going to have a story to tell, you know, once we're in them chariots or once we're wherever, you know, because every brother in the truth, every brother that gets delivered, Lord willing, is going to have a testimony. No one's going to have a story about their life down here and how it was a walk in the park and how Santa Claus was dealing with them every day. And they just ain't see no calamity. And the curses was never near them. And it was just flowers and giggles, man. Everybody's going to have a story to tell, man. You got brothers that have a story to tell right now that's been through hell and back. You know, you in this shoot for 30 years. You know, you steadfast. That's nothing easy, man. You know, because you can easily get depressed in this thing, man. You know, but guess what? We constantly fighting, man. We churning. You know, but with that, Lord wants us edifying straight to the point. Another prophecy card, man, the MOTB, you know. And right after that, we got World War III. So, Lord will not do a lesson on that one next. Shalom.